Oh, this is the video. I want to do this for Briana battle. I want to tell you a DV situation, domestic violence situation, that happened years ago. It's not okay to stay in a DV relationship with a man beating on you and he's beating on your child. That's not okay. And I want to tell you a story, how this can really affect you and your child. You probably ain't gonna give a fuck, but it's cool. I did a video on you a couple of months ago about when you said you had good pussy. I gave a definition of what is good pussy. Yes, I'm at work, so I really can't show the building like that or whatever, because I do work at a mental institution, so I'm not going to show the building or whatever. But I do want to tell the story of DV. And it ain't about me. I was married and divorced. That's another story, though. I'll tell that story someday. But this is a DV situation about my mother. She's no longer here. She passed away a couple of months ago from something, but that's another story as well. But the story is that my mother, she was with my brothers and sisters' father for years. And I can remember the first incident, and I still remember this to this day, and I was 5 years old when he beat my mother. He beat my mother so bad. And I remember that incident. I was 5 and he beat my mother so bad that I remember her stabbing him up through the door. I still remember it to this day. It was blood everywhere. He just came in and just started beating on my mother. But my mother fought back and she stabbed him up and she went to jail. That's when I was 5. But after that, from 5, he beat her all the way up until they separated, all the way up until I was like 16. So from 5 years old to 16 years old, my brother and sister's father beat my mother for that long. And why my mother stayed with him, I didn't know. I never understood that. But I was so afraid of that man for what he used to do to my mother. Like, my anxiety is so bad to this day from what I witnessed of this man beating the shit out of my mother. But the story is, another incident, I can remember this. I was 7 years old. 7 years old. And my mother had left him during that time. She left him, broke up with him. Come to find out she was pregnant with my little brother at the time. I was 7, so my mother was pregnant. So I'm like 7 years older than my little brother. And my mother broke up with him, didn't want to be with him no more, whatever. So one night, my mother was at her friend's house, and she stayed right across the street from us. She was coming home across the street. It was at nighttime. I still remember this to this day. I was 7 years old. My brother's father was in the bushes, waiting on my mother to come from across the street at her friend's house. This man jumped out of the bushes and beat my mother to a pole, beat her bad. She was pregnant with my brother. She was about maybe 5, 6 months pregnant. He beat her so bad where he broke her jaw. Her jaw was wired shut for months with wires. I remember that. And he beat my mother so bad to that when my little brother was born, my little brother came out with a medical condition. Now, he beat my mother. That was his child. My mother was carrying his own child, and he beat my mother like that. And my brother came out with a medical condition. He jumped out the bushes on my mother and beat her to a pole, broke her jaw, and just kept beating her. And like I said, he beat my mother so bad to where my little brother came out with a medical condition. My little brother came out with water on his brain. Water on his brain. And they had to put, I think it's called a shunt, I'm not for sure, in his brain when he was like 5, 6 months old. During the time, they had to put a shunt in his brain to drain the fluid off his brain. They put the tube, it's a tube, they put the tube in his brain and it connects all the way from his brain down to his stomach, so where he have to drain the fluid out for the rest of his life. Now, my brother is still alive. He's doing okay. He got a family. He got kids. He's okay. But my brother has that medical condition for the rest of his life where he has water on the brain. He has to have that shunt in his brain. But during all that, my little brother, when he was little, as a baby, he used to have seizures back to back, even up when he was a teenager. But he really don't have them that much now since he grown, because he take his medicine or whatever. But he messed my little brother up so bad, his own son, to where he has water on the brain. And I think it's the right side of my brother's eye is he's kind of blind in the eye, a little bit kind of blurry. So yes, that's what my brother's father did to my mother, beating on my mother. Sorry for the noise, y'all. I'm at work. I said I'm at work and y'all can't. But yeah, I wanted to tell you that, Briana, that it's not okay for a man to beat your ass and beat your son's ass at the same time, beat your kid's ass. And even though my little brother wasn't born yet, and that was his son, he still beat on a child before his child was even born. And to this day, I still hate that man. The man dead now. He died. My brother's sister's father died, I think like maybe a couple of years ago from COVID. And how the way he passed was fucked up, and I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. I had no sympathy in my heart for that man, and still don't to this day, because what he did to my little brother and my mother. He really beat the shit out of my mother. And I'm letting you know this, Briana, and I'm telling you this. It's not okay to get beat on. It's not okay for a man to beat your child, your children. Get you and your kids out that situation. Please. And it amazes me how y'all women sit up here on the internet and y'all know she getting her ass beat. And he over there beating on her kids, and her kids is scared of him, because I know that feeling. I've been there. I've been there. Around a man that's beating on your mama and then beating on you too. I've been there. And y'all women sit on this motherfucking internet and hoorah for this girl like it's okay. But y'all get mad at other females like Queen Fee and all the rest of them on here. Upper, all of them, Lupac, Harmony Speaks, y'all, all the rest of these content creators on here talking about, and y'all mad at these women because they speaking up about fucking DV. Is y'all bitches crazy? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? How dare y'all motherfucker tell the motherfucker to stay in a fucking abusive relationship while she getting her head busted wide open and shit, and her son getting knocked the fuck over too? Like, that make this shit make sense to me, people. That is not okay. But I just wanted to give this message to Briana Battle, that it's not okay to get beat the fuck up on by a man and he's beating your child. And I wanted to tell that story. Get out the situation. And quit coming on this internet thinking that you're pretty as fuck. Like, all you got is, if that's all you got is your looks, Briana, to offer a man, I feel sorry for you. If that's all you got, the only thing you say you have is your body. All you say, you talk about people looks, their looks, their looks, their looks. That's all you talk about. If that's all you got to offer a man is your body and your looks, I feel sorry for you, because you ain't got shit to offer nobody. Nothing. And you have a good day, Briana Battle.